Please help me in welcoming up Dan Fisher.
I sort of say he doesn't look like Joseph Silk. He has hair, right? Okay, guys, look, this is not rocket science. This is really easy. We want to abolish the murder of preborn children. That's not that difficult to understand, right? Okay, we're not talking about tax policy here. We're not talking about foreign affairs. We are talking about babies. We are talking about people made in God's image, and we shouldn't be murdering them, right? Okay, that's easy enough, okay? Understand that if they're not safe, no one is. The very same people will use the very same laws if they ever have the opportunity to put to death anybody else they don't agree with, right? So that's what this is about. Secondly, government, especially the courts, is not always right. They are wrong a lot of the time. We could give you example after example after example where government is not infallible. Guys, this is not about the rights of government. This is about the rights of individuals and we the people. That's what this is about, right? Okay, so thirdly, when the government is not right, there is a legal, lawful, orderly way to do this, and that's through the state governments. The states not only have the right, they have the responsibility to stand up and say to an overreaching, out-of-control federal government, no, we do not have to obey immoral, unconstitutional decrees, laws, or court decisions. That is the job of the individual states. Framers like Madison, Jefferson, you name it, over and over talked about states interposing. So what we're here to do is to ask these legislators and our governor, who are elected to represent us, to interpose for the unborn in Oklahoma and say, not here. You may do it somewhere else, but you're not gonna do it here. That's why we are here, not in Oklahoma. So it is time then for a state to have the courage to stand up and do the obvious. I mean, guys, again, this is not rocket science. You don't have to have a degree in theology. All you have to do is demand that at least one state, and Oklahoma should be the state, to just simply stand up and say, we're not going to murder babies around here. How difficult is that?
Now we can stand out here in the shadow of this Capitol that represents our governmental power, and we can say, we want the government to fix this. They should fix this. The legislature should fix this. But if that's all we do, it's never going to get fixed, because that's like all of us expecting everybody to do all the good things that nobody did. Everybody's job is nobody's job. You can't just yell at the government. That's why I'm here to name names. Which brings me finally to the fourth and the most important person in our state to the abolition of abortion. And that is none other than our Chief Executive Officer and Governor, Kevin Stitt. Under his leadership, we could abolish abortion. There are extraordinary things that he could do, and let me tell you what they are. First of all, he could publicly support this bill and the establishment of equal justice and equal protection under the law in Oklahoma. He could call for it, talk about it, and ask for it. Where was it in your State of the State speech? Let's talk about it. Number two, he can almost guarantee that that bill makes it to his desk by exercising leadership. All he has to do is tell the legislature, McCall and Treat, I want this bill on my desk. Now, they don't have to obey him, but he can almost guarantee it. Send it to me, he can say. Or else, he has the constitutional power, listen to this, to put them in a special session and tell them, you will deal with nothing but abolishing abortion in this session. Our governor can do that. Governor Stitt, we call on you to ask the legislature to pass this bill. Tell the legislature to bring you the bill. And if they don't listen, here's another strategy our governor has. The veto. 148 legislators work in that building. Governor Stitt's veto is worth more than 99 of their votes. If they don't want to establish justice in the law, Mr. Governor, just tell them they'll veto everything that hits your desk until they do it. Oh, you want a budget to run the state? How about we stop slaughtering innocent children first? Bring it on! Let's see some leadership! And finally, one more thing. Governor, you can get the bill that you want to your desk. And I know, you're a Christian, you're a man of God. I've heard you talk about being put here for such a time as this. And I've heard you say that you will sign any bill that gets to your desk. But Governor, before the ink is even dry, the 9 politicians in black robes in that building are going to say, nah, I don't think so. Don't you know we have a tradition here of saying that tradition tells us that traditionally we have to keep murdering babies by tradition in this state? That's what they're going to say before the ink is even dry. So what are you going to do about it? And this is the last thing, the most important thing. This is why we need you more than any other, the linchpin to the abolition of abortion. You are the top executive in the state. The buck stops with you, the top dog. You're the head of all the executive agencies. So when you sign that legislation on your desk, I humbly submit that you also sign an executive order with it. And you tell the State Board of Medical Licensing and the Department of Health and Human Services and the state police that they are ordered to go abolish abortion immediately. It doesn't matter what they say. You're the boss. You tell them to uphold God's law and the Constitution that they all swore to do it. And if they won't do it, replace them with somebody who will. Governor, we are behind you. If you do this, we are going to support you with our voices, yes, with our votes, yes, but also with our dollars, our lives, our money, our bodies. We will be there to defend you against Fox News and CNN and federal marshals if we have to. They can't come here and tell us we have to murder babies. Governor, lead. We will be with you. We're here as the people of God. We're doing our duty, demanding the truth, telling you what God expects. Now, gentlemen, it's your turn. Do your duty in the name of God.